based on Disneyland's theme park ride where a small riverboat takes a group of travelers through a jungle filled with dangerous animals and reptiles, but with a supernatural element. Welcome, movie watchers. Thank you guys for stopping by my channel. Jungle Cruise is the latest movie based on a Disney attraction. We've seen plenty of movies based on Disney rides like the Haunted Mansion, the Country Bears, Pirates of the Caribbean, Tomorrowland, and this joins the ranks as one of the latest and one of the most fun Disney attraction movies there is. I had a blast with Jungle Cruise. This stars Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. We also have Edgar Ramirez, Jack Whitehall, Jesse Plemons, Paul Giamatti, and others. Any movie that Dwayne Johnson is part of, I feel like he has great chemistry with, on and off screen, minus Tyrese Gibson and Vin Diesel, but any person that he really works with, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, whoever it may be, and now Emily Blunt, they have such good chemistry on screen, and it seems like they have good chemistry off screen as well. I really like Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt together. The movie is full of puns. He likes to make a lot of jokes. He lies quite often and is confident as well. And she's the person who needs a boat to go down the river to find a tree that will help cure all curses and anybody that is sick. But there's a lot of people that are after this tree as well, like Jesse Plemons' character, Edgar Ramirez's character, and Dwayne Johnson as well. So this tree that is able to cure curses and anybody that is sick, it feels very important. And throughout this 2-hour movie, we have this thrilling film that feels very urgent to all of the characters as they're battling to get down the river to this location that they could use for personal gain or to help the world. But along the way, Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson develop this relationship that's fun, but also knows that there's something else more important rather than their relationship. And Jack Whitehall plays Emily Blunt's brother in the film, and he joins the journey as well. And he's a pretty fun character. I like him as McGregor. He's someone who needs all of his luggage on board. He's concerned with being safe at all times. We get to watch him develop throughout the film, which is pretty fun. The movie is a little lengthy at 2 hours, I will admit, but it is filled with a lot of thrilling sequences. They tried to adapt the Jungle Cruise ride into this movie while creating their own story. One of the opening scenes with Dwayne Johnson giving a tour of the river feels very reminiscent of the Jungle Cruise ride if you ever been on it at any of the Disney locations. Right there, I was taken back to the plenty of times that I've been on the Jungle Cruise. And from there, we are able to adapt a story that is really taken just off of this ride and really nothing else. And I feel like they did a really good job to create a story, have a beginning, an end to it, and a lot of fun moments in between, just based off of one ride that we see elephants and snakes and a bunch of other animals. The story is really interesting because it's able to have a lot of characters be involved and this sense of urgency and a lot of history surrounding it too. There's a lot of flashback moments I think do work for the characters. We do learn a lot about them through these flashback moments. Right away, I got a vibe of Indiana Jones and The Mummy, which for me is amazing. One of the scenes early on with Emily Blunt did feel like an Indiana Jones movie, and then when they went on this adventure, it did feel like The Mummy. I've seen constantly on Twitter people comparing it to like The Mummy and Indiana Jones, Romancing the Stone, National Treasure kind of film. And I really did like that. I liked the comparisons because it just was an easy, fun adventure film. It wasn't trying to be serious. There's so many puns. There's so many jokes. It just wanted to be something entertaining for a family to watch. If you go into the movie just expecting that, you will enjoy this film. If you're expecting something serious and a well-written Disney attraction movie, you're not going to get that. This is a movie that's aiming to be entertaining. And I really had a lot of fun with The Jungle Cruise. I could see myself watching this film over and over again for that chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt and a lot of the thrilling moments that use a lot of CGI, but I think it all does look really good. And the story itself involving this tree and these petals that could break a curse or cure something, It does feel a bit typical and average, but I do think it works for this kind of attraction. There's a lot of other attractions you could do to make a movie out of, like Big Thunder Mountain and the Matterhorn, which could be really fun films. But this one took a simple ride, was able to craft a story out of it that had resolution, that had a climax, that had beginning and end, and it all really worked. And it filled it in with characters that are really fun to watch, especially Jesse Plemons' character. He got really lost in the role. I think he works as a villain. I loved him in Game Night, but here he just ate up this role. He just got so invested in it, and it was just so fun to watch him. And Paul Giamatti I liked as well, and Edgar Ramirez, as we see in the trailer as the villain, is pretty cool as well. There's a lot of big reveals. We learn a lot about the characters through flashbacks. So it always maintains that fun level, and it's always thrilling throughout. It makes me want to go back to Disneyland, which I have plans to go next year, to get on the Jungle Cruise. This is one of my favorite movies based on a Disney ride. Now, Tomorrowland was and I've been watching some of them, so expect a ranking video pretty soon. But this was a really thrilling movie, a lot of great chemistry, and just overall a lot of fun. So before I give you my score for Jungle Cruise, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, first time watches, ranking videos, tier lists, all that kind of fun stuff you see on YouTube based around movie content. So make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and give Jungle Cruise a B+. Thank you guys for giving me a review for Jungle Cruise. It is in theaters and on Disney Plus, but you gotta pay $30. So make sure to check it out. It's a really fun time. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.